My name is George Basar. I'm the legislative chairman for the Michigan Association of Chiefs of Police and past president for the association. And I'm here today representing our police chief members from across the state of Michigan. I have to tell you that the mere idea of considering the elimination of personal property tax without first identifying a form of replacement revenue really sends a cold chill down our spine. Police departments across the state have already faced serious reductions in personnel, both in line officers, the men and women who are out on the street every day, but also those unseen folks, those support personnel that function in the background in our departments that serve to keep our departments functioning. And these reductions have affected big departments and small departments alike, including those in cities, townships, and villages. For example, the city of Kentwood on the west side of the state's already lost 16% of its police department. City of Wyoming, also on the west side, 25%. Kalamazoo Township, 20%. Thomas Township, 28%. Mount Morris Township has lost 45% of its police department to budget cuts. In southeast Michigan, the city of Wayne has lost 28%. Trenton, 27%. The city of Livonia has already lost 40% of its personnel, with the potential of losing another 55 if personal property tax is eliminated with no replacement. Elsewhere in the state, the city of Sandusky has lost 33% of its department. The city of Jackson, 34% of its police department gone to budget cuts. In my own department, I've already lost 17% of my road patrol. The elimination of personal property tax without any replacement will do nothing more but further serve to devastate our communities. If communities are forced to absorb these kinds of losses without any form of replacement revenue, it will break the backs of many of the police departments, and I would submit would also break the backs of many of our communities. The loss of personal property tax will force our profession and our policing methods back decades, back to where we were functioning in the 1960s and the 1970s. Proactive policing be a thing of the past. We'll only be able to function in a reactive mode. That means reacting only after a crime has been committed, and will no longer have the ability to function proactively to prevent the crimes ahead of time. The governor's office and the legislature advocate for sharing of services. Well, in our local communities and in the public safety arena, we've already been doing that for years. But to absorb the kind of losses brought on by the elimination of personal property tax would be the elimination of many of those shared services. Concept teams would be gone. Narcotics enforcement units, auto theft units, major crimes teams, traffic enforcement units, reductions in detective and investigative bureaus, and the elimination of school resource officers are just to name a few. Reason: all hands will be needed on deck to be able to provide only the minimum basic services responding to 911 calls. There'll be little time or little personnel for us to do anything else. Elimination of personal property tax without a guaranteed, and I have to stress guaranteed and protected, method of replacing those funds for local services would be devastating to the ability of police departments across the state to provide safety to Michigan citizens and to its local communities. Providing for public safety of its citizens is and should remain the #1 function of government. Thank you.